Hey gang, let's talk about stretch goals. So just wanted to cover like what was in the list. What's in the list of stuff? And kind of explain it in greater detail so you understand what's going to be unlocked as we go through the campaign. So first up, the big premise of this whole thing is to get uh, the work that I've done onto more tables, right? Help everybody um, share and enjoy a great hobby experience, a great wargaming experience. Um, on as many tables as possible, right? That's part of the magic of tabletop wargaming is how we work together to like build the whole thing to realize it, um, and that's part of what makes it fun. That's the hobby side that we all love, um, and 3D printing is this awesome way to share that. But there's another way, and that way is online on Tabletop Simulator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to photo scan the models that I built for my table, the crystals in the buildings, and then they will go into a custom mod in the workshop so that you can build tables with them in the TTS mod for Star Wars Legion or your other mod experiences on Tabletop Simulator. If you don't know, I contribute to the Legion one and it's free. And you know how we don't even let you donate to buy us coffee or whatever. Not guilting you into this. But so the first goal, which we unlock very shortly after backing the campaign, is to get those photo scan models into TTS. You could see here, I've got some examples of some stuff I photo scanned. Trying out a new light booth, and it's been working really good. So I'm excited to see those things in the game. I may even go back and rescan the cargo tug in the new light booth to get it looking even better. There's a little bit of cleanup involved, and that's why it's a stretch goal. It's some effort. The models come out looking really cool. They've got their actual real life paint jobs baked onto the model. Um, you may not know this, but oh, I'll show you. Look, I've got it open. Wow, I planned some of this. Here's the AA5 that you may recognize from the Legion mod. This is actually my AA5. It's in the case back here. You probably can't see because all the stuff's in the way, but it's back there. It's right there. Um, I scanned that in to update it so we had a cooler model in game. Again, trying to share as much of uh, my love for the hobby as I can and sort of just make it fun and cool for everybody so that, you know, it's as much of an experience as it can possibly be for all of us. Next up, make the crystals. So, as you know, I made the crystals out of foam. They're cool. They look fine. They look like they're made out of foam. It would be great to have a printable set to go with the Nova mining buildings. Then you could print Nova crystal deposits. Boom, and you've got the whole table. So if you want to be mining Nova, you could be mining Nova, and everything would be printable. So super cool. That's going to be the next stretch goal in the list. Um, Then scatter. I've got a couple slides on scatter. I want to make some crystal containers like those depicted here. So I'll do a handful of different containers and then sort of build them into little barricade size or maybe slightly bigger areas or linear obstacles. And I want to do this push cart. The little miners, every time they get a full load of crystals, then they truck back to the command center or the Nova processing center to drop stuff off. I want to make this little push cart and include that in the scatter. I also want to do like a las cutter and a few other things. Um, and that'll all sort of get built in alongside the cargo crates there that we saw in the previous slide. And that'll comprise the stuff that goes into the scatter. Then I want to do another little piece here of a destroyed tank. So this one you see depicted here, I've done the 3D model for the tank. It's printable in a few sections. Goes together in a neat little kit. But you don't really need that. There's an official model of this thing. My little variant here was like 70% done when they announced the real thing. Sad day. So I opted to make a destroyed version of this vehicle, which is unique. It's detailed differently than other ones you may have seen out there, but I want to have it like this is like a kit bash, right? Like I cut up the real model, I sculpted the base, I put it all together, painted it up. I want to have a 3D printable one that looks just like that, ready to go right off your printer, right? Um, so taking that 3D model, cutting it up, adding the sort of detritus and stuff in the middle of the crater, sculpting the crater, that's all the work involved to get that one brought into the real world. Next up, exterior greebles. These I used from some different kits that are out there available. I didn't have time to sort of go ahead and model my own set, but I would love to have a set bespoke to go with the Nova Mining set. Um, then you could sort of greeble these up um, however you saw fit, and that would really let you do multiples of the buildings, but have them be similar but not exactly unique. So I want to do a set of greebles there. Be great for resin printers. I'll try to make them as filament friendly as I can, but that will be the next stretch goal. Then we've got interior furnishing. So as you know, the buildings themselves are hollow. Um, there's doors modeled, but I didn't model like floors and bunk beds and foot lockers and mining gear on racks and monitors and like all that cool stuff that could go with it. I knew I wasn't going to have time to paint it for the tournament that I was building all this stuff for, but I would love to finish up the set and really realize all that stuff so that you could have fully furnished interiors if you want. I will probably do those as um, like a few combinations of the models to go with it. So you'll have one where like everything's in there and you print it all at once, or you print them separately and then you can put them in yourselves and rearrange it, whatever. Um, that is the next big piece. And then the final thing on the stretch goal list, this is actually what I thought I was going to build first for this whole set. I came into this wanting to do cargo hovercrafts, and then I ended up doing everything except the cargo hovercraft. So this model, again, we're looking at a little few hundred pixels. We're going to have to extrapolate and imagine a lot of interest and detail at the scale that this needs to be. But I want to make a version of the model like this where nothing's attached, and then a model here where it's got the cargo sleds attached with crates packed inside, and we'll do versions of those again as scatter. Um, so that you'll get the cargo ship, the scatter. I'll probably do some landing gear to go with this so you could have an in-flight model as like a movable objective if you want to do a custom scenario, or as a parked thing, just be a cool line of sight blocker. Um, and that is it for stretch goals for this campaign. I hope we unlock them all. I really want to make this model. I really want to make all these models. It's just a matter of time. So I may be farming some of the work out to other really excellent sculptors that I know uh, who aren't quite as busy as I am. Or I will probably keep this one for myself for sure because I'm very, very excited to see it. And that's it. Thanks for taking the time to check this out.